Miss Ikusagba Abimbola. You are welcome back to the program. All right, so we want you to tell us more about yourself.
My name is Ikusagba Abimbola Diola.
Uh, all right, you are welcome. So tell us more about yourself. People out there, they want to know more about you.
Okay, as I earlier said, my name is Ikusagba Abimbola Adiola, and I'm a teacher of the management course or subject as we call it.
All right, thank you. Like, if I may ask, what other things do you do? Your hobby, like,
Okay, I'm also a caterer, and I'm a singer, a gospel singer at that. So
all right, thank you so much. We are so glad to have you here today. Like, I personally am honored to have you here, and you honoring our invitation to be on our program today, to us, to me, it means a lot. So we say a very big thank you. And my audience out there, as you all know, that what we are considering for the month is relationship talk. We are talking about relationship, and that's why I brought her on the program, so that we can talk on something that is very, very important. What all the youth out there, they need to have a successful marriage, and that is preparing for marriage. So the first question that I will throw to our guest today is, when we talk about relationship and marriage, what do you mean? What do we mean?
when we talk about relationship and marriage, we have to split it. What is relationship? What is marriage? So we have to talk about what relationship meant and what marriage also meant to be. So firstly, what is relationship? Many authors, many persons have defined what relationship are to them, and I just pick few of the things being discussed. I would say that relationship has to deal with connection, association, and involvement between two or more persons. While marriage has to deal with a man and a woman coming together on an agreement to journey a life journey together.
All right, thank you. Now, talking about relationship and marriage, the opinion of people is that when we talk about relationship, when we talk about marriage, we are talking about love, and that's the first thing that comes to mind. Now, the question I have for you is, like, will it keep relationship together, or better put, will love lead a relationship to marriage, and at the end of the day also keep the marriage together?
Firstly, before relationship can begin, it has to start with love. So after love is the one which will build up relationship. But when the relationship leads to marriage eventually, it is not love that keeps it. It is wisdom, it is understanding that keeps such marriage. Because life in marriage goes beyond love.
Really, it goes beyond love?
It goes beyond love.
Tell us more. We want to know.
Yes, you agree with me that it is not only love that keeps marriage. Love leads to marriage, but love doesn't keep marriage. How do you explain it? When things happen at home and you are afraid of dealing with some things, you don't know how to put those words to your spouse or your husband, so to be, and the next thing you do is just to put down the matter anyhow. And the man of the house wouldn't want you to put matter that way. So the only thing that will keep him, that will make him understand you, is the wisdom to handle you at that particular time, not the love. The love will not come first. It is the wisdom to handle you, to understand you, that will first come, not love.
That's a very good one. So to our people out there, our audience out there, love actually will not keep two couples together. It can't, because there are so many things that will happen along the line that we try to threaten the love, that we try to suck out, siphon out the feelings, the affections that you have for your partner. So what we keep love and relationship together is wisdom, understanding each other. So back to the topic that we are considering today, preparing for marriage. When we talk about preparing for marriage, like, what does it entail?
Preparing for marriage can be likened onto preparing for a school. I mean, those that are entering into new schools, like institutions. So you prepare for marriage as such.
All right, all right. Are you now trying to say that if for me to say, okay, like, I'm a graduate, I personally am a graduate of civil engineering, and before I could secure admission into the university, I had to pass through the primary school education. I think I spent 6 years in primary school. I think I repeated once, so that's 7 years. That's on a lighter mood. That's 7 years, and then I moved on to the secondary school. I spent another 6 years. Then to the university, I spent like how many years did I spend in it? Yes, just 5 years. After which I went for my NYC. So that put together is running to up to like maybe 15 years if I'm correct. So are you now trying to say that if we want to prepare for marriage, we should spend like that, like 13 or like 14 years before we can say we obtain the marriage certificate?
I'm not actually saying to that long years, but you will agree with me, it can also amount to that long years. We start preparing for marriage the time we are giving birth to in a particular family, because we are born into a family or thereafter. So we have families that we are born into, and we learned from our parents. So marriage, preparation for marriage begins from that spot, because there are some things you don't like that your parents do at home, that you start telling yourself, my marriage must be better. My marriage must be better. I won't do this to my own children. I won't do this to my own husband. I won't do this to my own wife, so to say. So I would say preparation for marriage starts at early stage. When you don't even know it, you say it.
That's a good one. But we live in an age, we live in an age that if somebody of 5 years or 6 years is talking about marriage, you know, the parent will say, what do you know about marriage? You are still very young. Is that action, is it actually good?